Hi, everybody. We have the lovely and talented Joanne Berry with us today. Hello, my friend. How are you?
Hi, Allan. Great to see you.
You as well. You know, we're always doing this at a trade show or somewhere, and we're doing huggy kisses, but it's turned into no hugs, no kisses, and we have to do it all virtual. So, mwah, how are you?
Mwah, and a big hug to you, virtual hug to you.
Thank you. I'll take all the hugs I can get these days. I'll tell you, I've said this morning, so I just finished with Craig here, and Monty Zwang said to say hello to you as well.
Oh, good. Him a call, actually. I will be on the phone to him later.
Good. Up to last weekend, I had so much negativity. I was doing the stop this down the rabbit hole stuff. Like, we're all in the same boat. Now, the boat may have a hole in it and one of the oars might be broken, but
Yeah.
we know we're going to repair it and come out the other side, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So all of a sudden on Monday this week, I started hearing what I'm going to call a slightly enlightening tone, where people seem to be more oriented to, we're finally painting. We haven't done it in 2 years. I have my internal manual spread all over my house. I'm redoing every section. I'm staying in touch with my staff. People are ordering from our website a little bit. We've replaced a couple orders.
That's excellent. That's excellent. And you know, Allan, like everyone, that first week of quarantine was really like the adjustment, like the shock, the adjustment. But it seemed like there was a lot of fun going on in that first week, because I think people weren't mentally prepared for a very long lockdown, or, at least what we're hearing now. So that first week, there was a lot of like connections virtually, I felt, with so many people all over the world. And being from the UK, our first week of quarantine in America, the prime minister in the UK hadn't even announced it, a lockdown over there in our week one of quarantine. So I was just having calls with people, telling them what was going on in the States. And then week two for me really was about connecting with all of the companies that I work with out there. As you know, like, my main aim of my career and game out our wellness industry is education, and I educate for different brands, and I also teach some very specialized niche pieces of education. And one thing that I did do was I took on a new client early this year called the First 1000 Days of Wellness. And as you can imagine, couples, like you're with your wife, I'm with my boyfriend, couples in quarantine, we're keeping it together. But also, if you're in a very good relationship, you might actually be intimate in quarantine as well. So the predictions that are coming out, like, so many women are going to get pregnant during quarantine. And this first 1000 days of wellness, first 1000 days of wellness is basically addressing 4 pillars of health: nutrition, movement, stressors, and then the last pillar is the first 2 years with baby. So what I've done with the company, it's 3 founders: Dr. Sergio Pecorelli in Italy, he's like on the front lines over there, Patricia Ladis in New York, and Alina Hernandez, she's in Houston. So I started in week 2 building this digital manual for the community, because women who are going to get pregnant in quarantine need to know how to use music therapy, art therapy, wellness, all of these things that, you don't really know how to do it, but we are now putting this community manual together and creating ambassadors who can help these women who, when all this is over, they're going to be, after their first trimester, and they want to have healthy babies for the future. So
let's not forget that men are going to go through that with their women, just the same way.
It's the couples, exactly. It's a manual.
It's a different kind of pregnancy, but men will be pregnant at the same time. But
exactly.
You said 2 things that are really important to me: nutrition and wellness, because I'm a go to the gym every day guy, except obviously I'm not going to the gym. And so we're both in California, so I'm not scheduling anything before 10 a.m. because at 8 o'clock, our dog Rocco and Kathy and I are out the door for the first of 3 walks of the day. And I've gotten very used to walking 3 times a day with Kathy and the dog. And we cover every subject under the sun, and we still laugh together.
Yeah, exactly. And, we're surrounded where we live, my boyfriend and I, with our dog, we're surrounded by golf courses. And because everything's closed down, like people are walking now with their dogs on the golf courses. And it's social distancing at its best because these golf courses are miles long, full, beautiful green plants, vegetation, nature everywhere, birds singing, ponds over here. So Bodhi, my dog, she's loving it because we don't just go on a walk. We like go on this massive golf course hike, and we'll be out there for a couple of hours every single day at different times of the day. Like you, we like to do one in the morning, and then we like to do one at sunset. But they're massive walks, like 2.5 hour walks. So the dog doesn't know what the hell's going on, She's just like, what is this massive field that we've never been on before, Mom?
This is the new normal for her, and she loves it. So this will be, I know it sounds always trite when I say lemons to lemonade, but these will be some of those things that are changing where we're going to go, and I kind of like the little shift here that's going on. And so I'm not dismayed by this. I'm glad I'm seeing this teeny little light down the tunnel. I'm glad for people changing. I love what you're doing as yourself an expert in the field. I know you don't call yourself one, but I'm going to tell everyone you are one anyways. And gathering up these things that make people feel community oriented. It's a great thing. It's just a great thing.
Well, Kojin, my boyfriend and I, we were in Hawaii before the lockdown. We decided to go on a vacation. And while we were on the island of Oahu, that's when the announcements were coming up in America. But on Waikiki Beach, you wouldn't even know there was a global pandemic happening because everybody was just going about their day, going to the beach, going in the ABC store to get your, you just wouldn't even feel it. So when we were over there, we were mentally preparing ourselves, for coming back to the mainland. And like I say, that first week of quarantine was really spent just connecting with friends, family, just FaceTime every single person and check in on them. And then it was that week that really propelled the community shift. I'm sure you've heard of the website Nextdoor. And, next door, Dana, one of my business partners with the Eye Connection, she put a post up there in preparation offering to get groceries for people in her condo complex who, weren't fit enough to go to the grocery store. So when I got back, I did the same. And it was all about building, it's all about community from the start. And I look at our spa and wellness community, something I've dedicated 27 years of my life to. I'm not letting this community fall away. So the connections in week 1 and the community drive then led into the spa and wellness community. What can we do from the spa and wellness for the community? It's not train the trainer. We're not like training professionals. We're sharing information that normally your massage therapist or your esthetician would be sharing with clients. We're just like cutting that out, making that more of the ambassadors so that we can still get this information out to people who truly need it. And, I think it's just so important, to keep our community strong by doing these projects for our greater community.
Yeah, Joanne, I know we've got to move on, and I want to finish by reminding people that even though our community probably got hit as hard as anyone else's and shut down like a trap door, we're also the first people to open back up and people need touch. This part isn't going away. There may be a new kind of touch about how we do treatments, but that being said, we're going to come back. We're going to be stronger than ever. People just need to ride it out and know that resources like you are available for them. And so thank you for spending time and sharing your words of wisdom with us.
Oh, absolutely, Allan. It's just always so great to chat to you. And, thank you for inviting me to this. I just hope it works for many people out there, and I love what you're doing. So thank you.
Thank you too. God bless you, darling. Stay safe.
Right.
Okay.
Bye for now. Chat soon.